Burj Khalifa here in Dubai at 828 meters, the tallest building in the world. And somewhere up there are some solar panels, enough to heat most of the building's water requirements. 140,000 litres a day. Cleaner energy, fewer carbon emissions.
From the world's tallest building to Abu Dhabi's tallest building, this is the landmark tower which is under construction. Now, the construction industry is huge here in the Emirates, but building materials are some of the worst offenders in causing carbon emissions. But the concrete in the landmark comes from a company called Unibeton, which recycles waste products and creates less carbon. The green concrete produced here in the Unibeton factory can reduce carbon emissions by 60 to 70%. Chris, how's that done?
What we do is we replace some of the cement in the concrete with waste products from other industries, and what that does, it makes a concrete that has less carbon dioxide emission than concrete made with traditional Portland cement.
Is it as strong as cement?
It's at least as strong and in fact probably more durable as well.
That same cement was used to build Sheikh Zayed Bridge, the one we're crossing right now. And that saved 80,000 tons of emissions into the air, the equivalent offset of 400,000 trees.
Here in Al Ain, in the middle of a wildlife park, they've built a signature building, sculptural and deliberately energy efficient. It was commissioned by the UAE government and in particular by Sheikh Sultan bin Tarnoon, himself an architect. But he said, build me a building, an eco building.
Exactly.
And spend whatever you like.
Exactly. Do whatever, you use a spectrum. Use basically a spectrum of solutions. And this spectrum of solutions...
But reduce your carbon emission.
Exactly.
In terms of energy, being energy conscious, light's important in all this, is it not?
Light is very important because we have enough light for the people to work there so that during the day they almost don't need any electricity.
How much of the building is actually underground and what difference does that make?
Well, we've got about a third of the volume is underground.
A third?
A third, yes.
And what difference does that make to carbon emissions?
Well, it reduces the energy you need to cool it because it's already pre-cooled through the earth mass.
So it's energy efficient then?
Absolutely energy efficient, it is.
So now we're at Masdar City.
The most ambitious carbon-cutting initiative in the UAE. A whole city is planning to be carbon neutral by 2030.
Electrical vehicles like these futuristic pods are models for sustainable transport. No fumes, and they're underground, giving way to the pedestrians above.
And for cooling some of the outdoor spaces, they've borrowed from the masters of desert living, the Bedouin, with a huge wind tower for ventilation and draft.
Masdar City faces many challenges, not least raising the funding it needs to complete its vision.
The aim is to have 40,000 people living here sustainably by the year 2030.
Living carbon-free in the UAE is no easy project. The sun is strong and the water is scarce. After all, it's a desert country.